Okay, so I've taken the case apart, and so here are the main bearings. So there's number 1, that's the thrust bearing. Number 2, a little bit of wear. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, a couple of little bits of grit or whatever I've got in there. Number 7. What I find interesting is that, see the horizontal mark where the oil feed hole is for each bearing shell. So I'm not quite sure what's causing that. So that's for the right side of the case. The left side of the case, similar. Number 1 thrust. So number 2 has a little bit of a polished surface. Why won't you focus? Because you don't want to. See at the top there, or actually that's the bottom of the journal. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So again, those 2 and 3 at the bottom is where the polished surface is. Let me see if it's corresponding on this side. Interestingly, not so much that I can see. Bloody thing won't focus, will it? Good old Sony camera. Doing a great job. But yeah, I don't see the polished surfaces on the bottom of the bearing. Back to, now over to the rods. So all the rods, I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking at here, so you have to help me out. But so this is number 1. I might just change the focusing method. Alright, so I've changed to manual focusing. So this is rod number 1. Now, I don't quite know what I'm looking at here. I don't think I've seen those sorts of marks on a bearing before. I can't feel them with my finger. It's like they're just marks, almost like a chatter. You can still see right in the center there, you can still see the marks from the dial indicator, from the we call it the bore gauge, when I was checking the clearances when I first assembled it. So I wouldn't call that wear. Now this one is number 2. It's got quite a pronounced mark there. Is this what big ends look like when they're about to go bad? But again, I cannot feel any of that. Here's number 3. And the cap. It's number 4. And the cap. Number 5. Still quite oily. But you can see the marks. I wouldn't call them, to be honest, it feels pretty good. I mean, I can just see these marks. And then number 6. And again, in this one, you can still see those faint little scratchy marks or down the bottom there, squiggly ones. That's from the bore gauge. So I'm going to say that, I mean, they feel good, but I don't know what to look for. So I know that they say number 2 and number 5 are the ones that cop the worst of it because they get the oil last, but this is number 2. And this is number 5. It's number 4 again. Now, look at that interesting sort of a wear pattern there. This one's got a... I'm wondering whether that's the beginning of something not quite right. Anyway, hopefully we'll get some answers soon.